Hey, Rain here. Today is yet again another build showcase, and it's Zylok Prime Incarnon. Today I'm going to show you two builds. So, let us immediately start. And here it is. The first build is the Fortifier build. Let's start with the mods. We're going to use an exclusive mod for Zylok Prime, Zylok. It's called the Eximus Advantage. Headshots on an Eximus enemy increase your secondary damage by 600%. You don't need to use damage Arcane, you don't need to use Hornet Strike or get on a shot. You just have to shoot an enemy, Eximus enemy, and you get a massive added damage increase. If you don't have this mod, you can use Hornet Strike or get on a shot for now. Geron's Diffusion for multi-shot, mandatory multi-shot. Geron's Crosshair for critical chance while aiming. If you don't feel like aiming to get critical chance, you can use Creeping Bullseye or Prime Pistol Gambit for critical chance. Planetary Cracker for critical damage, mandatory of course. Lethal Torrent for fire to multi-shot, mandatory in my opinion. Viral damage and heat damage. And there you go. These are the mods. For the X-Open Adapter, I will highly recommend for you to use. Personally, I will not recommend anything, but if you want to fill up this slot, you can use Steady Hands. It does have a minor recoil. Arcane, we're going to use Secondary Fortify. We're going to be shooting Eximus enemies to get active damage, so why not get some Overguard as well? You're also going to break Eximus Overguard faster, which is quite good. That's the Arcane. Now for the stats on the base form. Fire rate is okayish. Magazine size is kind of low. Ammo max enough pickup is kind of fine-ish, I guess. Real speed is good. Accuracy is very high. It's a duplex like Tigris. Riven Dispo isn't half bad. Crit chance, crit damage, multi-shot is by far the best in slot, and you're going to remove Gilness Crosshair for it. Critical chance is good, critical damage is good, it's going to be even better. Stab chance is good, and total damage is okayish. Now for the Incarnon, it's a charge weapon with an AoE. Max charges of 12, like the base form. It has a charge system right over here. Critical chance is good, critical damage is good, stab chance is good, and total damage is very good. This is direct hit. The weapon has a 6-meter AoE that procs violent heat, and it does like okayish damage. It helps. And there you go. These are the stats, mods, Arcane, and now for the second build. The second build is the Acuity Fortify build. Let's start with the mods. We're going to remove Geron's Diffusion, Lethal Torrent, 4, Accelerated for radiation damage and fire rate, and Pistol Acuity for weak point damage and weak point critical chance. And that's it. Everything else here stays the same. These are the mods. For the X-Open Adapter, I will highly recommend for you to use yet again. You can use Steady Hands for weapon recoil. It's all up to you. Arcane, still Fortify. And for the stats, instead of multi-shot, we're going to focus on more raw damage and critical chance. These are the stats. Mods, Arcane, and now it's time for me to show you the Evos. Now for the Evos, let's start with the first one. Weak point hits, charges the Incarnon stuff. You're going to press the Alt Fire button in the middle mouse to transform it from the base form to the Incarnon form, like every other Incarnon, right? Second Evo, increase your base damage by 30. On reload from empty, increase your base critical damage by 1, stacks up 2 times, so that's 2 free critical damage. It works on both base form and the Incarnon form. It's the best one. Evo 3 is going to be reload speed. And Evo 4 is going to be increase your base critical chance by 30%. And that's it. These are the Evos, and now it's time for me to show you these two builds against the units. Alright, let's start. This is the first build. I'm going to spawn level 305 Steel Path or Kimberlum dudes. No buffs to armor strip. First things first, we need to exhaust the weapons magazine twice to get the 2x critical damage. So we need to get some stacks. We need to exhaust the ammo, and we need to get some charges. Right. That's 1 and 2. You can see it right over here. Now we're going to press the Alt Fire button in the middle mouse, transform it from the base form to Incarnon form. And if you see an Eximus enemy, you're going to shoot it. And you will get the 600% added damage, which is quite good. You also get Fortify. You can see top right, I have 11,000 Fortify. Every time you see an Eximus enemy, you're just going to get the massive added damage increase and survivability. Knockback immunity, layer of survivability, And as you can see, the weapon chunks. Let me show you again. Respawn these dudes. Shoot this guy, boom. Add the damage. When it comes to clearing, it's fine. It's fine, it works. When it comes to single target, it's a single target burst. There are places that it's very good at, and there are places that isn't really the greatest. Right, against bosses, it's not the greatest, sadly, because of DA system. But most enemies, like 99% of enemies, will get 1 to 2 tapped, which is quite good. Let me show you again. Charge, shoot, Eximus enemy, get the other damage, and you will chunk. That's the first build. Now for the second one. Acuity. There it is. Respawn these dudes. We need to get some stacks, some charges here again. There we go. 1, 2, transform. Eximus enemy. And now we are hitting millions. Boop. 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 And goodbye. Yep. Everything is dead. And there you go. Those are 2 builds. Now it's time for me to show you the Acuity build against the Steel Path enemies. So, let's go. And we're in. I'm up against the Corrupted enemies, Mod Survival, Steel Path. I'm going to show you this build, the Acuity build, Fortify. So at the beginning of the mission, we won't be seeing any Eximus enemies, of course. So we have to wait. But even without Eximus enemies, you can see that I'm chunking. I missed. There we go. Boop, boop. These little E's. Beautiful, beautiful. Boop. Get back in this thing. Get some charges real quick. The Acuity has a weak charge generation, mostly because it doesn't have multi-shot. But if you get used to that, it's a very good build. It's constantly generating red crits. Boop. Beautiful. If you don't like the Eximus advantage, it's fine. You can remove it for Hornet Strike. It's absolutely fine. I can see some people despising it. It's fine. You can remove it. But if you like the idea, keep it. There we go. These little E's. There's an Eximus enemy nearby. There he is. 1 tap. As you can see, there's a lot of downtime. I'm not a big fan of this gameplay loop, to be honest. I think some Incarnons have a much easier time when it comes to clearing. And we do have Incarnons that are much better at single target DPS than this thing. But it works. I do know some people like this weapon. I think it just doesn't fit the game currently. Just way too slow. 6 meter AoE doesn't really do a lot of damage. It's a charge system. Not a lot of max charges as well. The base form, it isn't good at all. It's kind of really bad in my opinion. There we go. We get the massive damage increase. Now we're constantly getting Eximus enemies. Eximus enemy, I didn't even notice him, to be honest. There we go. Transform. Boop. But yeah, this is the gameplay loop. If you don't like the slow charge generation and you don't care about the red crits, the Acuity stuff, you can use the multi-shot build. It's comfier. Now let's wait for the Acolyte to spawn. Eki boy's here. Alright, Eki. Oh yeah. Sure, I guess. Transform this thing. Eki boy. 1, 2, 2 tap. 2 tap. 2 tapper. She didn't like that. There we go. Doop. Beautiful. I know some people are going to ask about Flare. It's on my Arcane. You're not getting the added damage on this weapon. But yeah, that's it. I believe you guys seen enough. Time for me to leave, boys. And be right back. And there you go. Zylok Prime Incarnon is fine. I think it's fine. Nothing special. Too much downtime. 6 meter AoE doesn't really do a lot of damage. Single target burst DPS is fine. Base form is awful. It's fine. It works. If you like these style of weapons, go for it. That's the weapon and the builds. I hope you guys enjoy your builds. Leave a like and sub, and of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.